Hey, spring is here. Let's go somewhere. Low-cost carrier Frontier Airlines is launching 7 new routes from Houston. And if you act fast, some start as low as $19 one way. I'll break down the deal. If you have a bug to travel but not the budget for it, we're going to take you on the Wineries and Wildflowers tour. The days of surprise internet bills are ending, how nutrition labels are coming to internet contracts, and how they can help you cut that cost down. And Mother's Day is around the corner. I'm going to show you a few new gift ideas that could make you an all-star. All right, and welcome to Dollars and Cents. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm your host, Heather Sullivan. Now, this week, we are focusing first on travel, because who doesn't want to travel this spring and summer? So here is one money-saving tip right out of the gate. Over the next few months, low-fare carrier Frontier Airlines is launching nonstop service from Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport to Chicago, Charlotte, Dallas-Fort Worth, Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Ontario, California. And until April 19th, some fares start as low as $19 one way. You do need to join Frontier's Discount Den loyalty program. Now, that's going to cost you $100 for a year. But if you fly a lot, it can also help you to access cheaper fares on flights throughout the year. So take a look and compare those costs. And enjoy your 2 inches of extra space while you can, because according to some aviation experts, they're going to be a thing of the past pretty soon. Airlines want lighter seats to save money on fuel. Plus, airlines are realizing that reclining seats are becoming a common source of conflict between passengers. So brace yourselves, because reclining seats could be going away. This summer, it appears that most people want to travel across the pond to London. I don't blame them. That is according to Google Flights, which just dropped their top 10 summer destinations for this year. Paris is a close second, thanks to this year's Summer Olympic Games. I'm kind of surprised it's not first. I bet that will climb. But the other top mentions include New York City, Vegas, Orlando, and Cancun, Mexico. Now, here's a really beautiful idea. Look at that. The largest tulip festival in North America is back. This is the Skagit Valley Tulip Festival. It's officially underway in Washington State. The 4 farms participating this year are Rosengard, Tulip Valley Farms, Tulip Town, and Garden Rosalind. Now, each location has a different style in the way that they present their tulips. The flowers are currently at 15% peak bloom, and the festival runs through the end of April. It is just breathtaking to see. But we all know you don't have to go that far to see beautiful flowers here in Texas. Maybe you want to take a trip that's not going to blow your budget. Well, one way to get away without spending too much green is simply to take a day trip. The Texas Hill Country Wineries Association is hosting a spring passport event for Central Texans and visitors to check out wineries and wildflowers while they're in bloom. Now, this deal does expire on April 19th, but of course, you can still take in these wineries throughout the season. Tiara Newbaum from our Fox station in Austin gives us a look at what you can discover.
Well, we've made our way to the gorgeous Texas Hill Country, checking out some of the wineries on the Wine and Wildflower Passport. What do you guys have here? What makes this place so special, Chris?
We've been producing wine since 1977 here in Texas, and so yes, being the most awarded winery in Texas is unique, but one of the other offerings that we have is a new off-dry series. So we have 3 different off-dry series wines that we're featuring now, and so it's really unique for everything that we're doing here.
You guys always have something going on here at Messina Hoff. How can people come out and actually stay for a long time?
They can actually come here, stay on property. We have 4 cottages in the back, so you can actually arrive, put your suitcase away, come and enjoy wines, and then experience all of Fredericksburg, and then stay the night. It's a unique offering because we have the vineyard out front, the winery here, and then the cottages in the back, so everyone can stay and really just enjoy the whole experience of Fredericksburg.
Becker Vineyards, we're excited to be here. What makes this place special? What are people going to see, taste, and experience when they come visit?
I would say wine is what makes it special, more than anything. I mean, wine is promoted in a lifestyle. We like to enjoy wine with food, with the people we love, the people we care about. It slows life down. We think about what we're doing. We think about the food we're eating. And we kind of do all of that here at the winery. Texas wine's at the point of the spear of American wine, really. It's at the beginning. It's growing. It's introducing wine to the best state in the entire union. And we are at the point of that, so I love that.
And then, of course, we made a stop at Grape Creek Vineyard, such a gorgeous property. What are people going to taste and experience when they come visit you guys, Richard?
Guests can experience a curated selection of dry styles and sweet styles of wine when they visit with us. They get to have a personalized tasting with one of our ambassadors in our tasting room to come and try some of our wines and see if our wine club approach is for them, and possibly sit back and enjoy one of our patio spaces afterwards if they decide that the membership is for them.
If people go on a tour with you guys, anyone is welcome to do that. What are they going to see?
Absolutely. So we do a trolley ride through our working vineyards. We go down into our production facility where all of our award-winning wines are made, and then they conclude that tasting and tour experience with a tasting of those wines that they just saw getting made.
So good. TexasHillCountryWineries.org to grab the Wine and Wildflower Journey passport to check out several different wineries around Fredericksburg. And then, of course, if you want to come to Grape Creek, you can go to grapecreek.com to make a reservation for the tasting and the tour and come pay these guys a visit. Richard, thank you so much. Reporting in Fredericksburg, Tiara Newbaum, Fox 7 Austin News.
Ah, just breathtaking. What a beautiful way to spend a day. Now, what do you think about this idea? This is kind of a crazy one, but Scandinavian Airlines is hosting Destination Unknown. This is where a group of travelers, they've just returned from a trip to Athens, Greece, as part of Destination Unknown. And this means that travelers have no idea where they're going until their flight actually lands. Fox's Kendall Green asked some New Yorkers if they'd be brave enough to try it.
Scandinavian Airlines is taking adventure to new heights with the launch of their new flight experience, Destination Unknown.
I would do it. It's wild, but it'd be an adventure. So yes, I would.
The name of the new venture is quite literal. Passengers book the experience and learn their destination when they land. Dina and Geraldine both say, sign me up.
It's very interesting, but I would be down to try it. It's very spontaneous.
Best thing that could happen.
You enjoy yourself fully. You get a full vacation out of the deal. Who knows? You might end up wanting to stay there.
Now, with the concept that the airline put out, you can end up anywhere. This board like this becomes a blank canvas. You can end up in places like Atlanta, Boston, anywhere. But the challenge for travelers here, they tell us, it's challenging not knowing where you're going.
I will never do that.
Never?
No.
Mixed reviews, though, for the Long family, who's traveling nonstop this spring. For Jay Long, a Destination Unknown trip is just out of character, but his wife has some questions.
I'm a planner, so that'd be a no-go with me, but...
Do they tell you what you need to pack, like tropical, like snacks?
Of course, as parents, those questions make sense. But for their two sons, Charlie and CJ, no questions asked.
The surprise is probably just worth it.
YOLO?
Yeah.
Basically.
We'll just do it.
In fact, they say they've already been on a few trips to destinations unknown with their dad.
To be fair, he plans it, but he doesn't tell us anything. He just kind of says, we're going here, have fun. You just walk, you don't tell us where we're going, you don't tell us where we're turning left. You just kind of walk and then turn.
So basically, you're doing this already?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thousands signed up for the airline's 3-night trip in early April out of Copenhagen, with no clue where they're heading. Top execs with the airline hope the mysterious journeys create new connections, memories, and friendships along the way.
You don't know what you're getting into. You're about to go find a whole bunch of surprises. Who knows?
Kendall Green, Fox News.
I think it sounds really fun. Now, I've got another deal for you. You can trade in an old child's car seat at Target to be recycled, and then Target will give you 20% off a new car seat, a stroller, or other select gear for kids. Now, you must join Target Circle, but it's the store's free loyalty program, which also offers deals and cash back. You need to turn in seats by April 27th to get the deal. Demand for cheap canned meats like Spam is growing. Yeah, ConAgra Foods revealed this week that their canned meat portfolio, which includes Manwich, Sloppy Joe's, and Vienna sausage, is on fire. Grocery stores are taking notice. They're even moving some of these projects to the coveted end cap space on the aisles. Some are even offering up discounts on the canned meat to make it even more affordable for consumers. All right, we do have a health alert for you. Press-on fingernails may save you time and money, but they can also get you into some trouble. The nails can trap moisture, which can give you an infection. Some warning signs are swelling, redness, or tenderness around the nail. Another issue is that some people can develop an allergy to the glue that is used to attach the nail, so just be careful. And there is a new anti-budgeting app for Gen Z. It's called Oops. It is aimed at Gen Zers, and it teaches them about new ways to save money without budgeting. Users can track their spending by linking their bank accounts to the app. And each week, you'll receive a weekly recap. Well, as you review your spending, you can press the Oops button to indicate something that you regret buying. And you can even compare your purchases with others with the goal of becoming a better spender. The goal is to not waste money on items that you really won't care about and to spend money on things that you will care about. A free version is available, or you can upgrade to Oops Gold to access unlimited times that you can refresh your transactions. If you try it, I want to hear about it. All right, a new report from Bloomberg shows that people are starting to spend more and more of their time watching the free streaming service Tubi. According to Nielsen, Tubi already accounts for more viewership time than Max, Peacock, or Paramount Plus. And if the current trend continues, Tubi could even surpass Disney Plus. Tubi has live channels as well as on-demand movies and shows. It is free to use, but it has ads. And in full disclosure, Tubi is owned by Fox. Now, streaming services have all raised prices over the last couple of years, so it seems that people are again willing to sit through ads to try and save some money, especially with all of this inflation. Now, here's a bold new move to help you understand your internet bill and hopefully to help you save some money on it. You know the nutrition labels that we see on food? Well, now they're coming to internet contracts, and I love this. The Atlanta Fox 5 I-Team's Dana Fowle breaks down the FCC's new plan to make things easier for you.
Yeah, the Federal Communications Commission wants to make it easier for you to understand exactly what you're buying. This week, you can start looking for a label that says broadband fax. And yes, it's modeled after the food labels, so you'll be familiar with the format. So the goal is to make the information clear and understandable. And you'll know how this works because you've seen it before. This one is blank, but you'll see it will have the provider name, the price, info about whether it's just an introductory rate, a breakdown of the charges, contact info, and more. The FCC calls these broadband nutrition labels consistent, transparent, and accessible. The labels are for broadband plans that are standalone and internet products, as well as mobile plans. The federal government wants these things to be easy to read so that you can do some cost comparison when you're shopping. Now, when will you see this? Soon. They're going to be out there very soon. This year, you're going to start seeing them. This week, you will start to see some of them too. The internet service providers are going to have to do two things here. Provide this to you before the purchase, whether you do that in store or online. It is part of the Biden administration's larger push to get rid of junk fees. This administration has put a flag in this particular issue, and this is part of that. So keep your eyes peeled. Again, you're going to know how this works because you're going to be familiar with what a nutritional label looks like. It's going to be the same thing.
All right, that should make it easier. Well, women's college basketball has been stealing headlines from the men since the Final Four, creating Title IX success stories. The 2024 Women's College Basketball Championship marks a new day for women's basketball and potentially for women's sports. Fox's Jeff Cole in Philadelphia takes a look at how Title IX is creating new opportunities for women.
Members of Drexel's women's basketball team work on their passing, setting picks and three-pointers on the day after women's basketball comes of age.
That it's sort of come of age, is that accurate?
I think so. I think just to see where it's come from, and we had a little conversation before off camera, you know, to be part of it, Title IX, and see all the things that opportunities I've had as a player, an opportunity to play professionally, an opportunity to get a scholarship and play in college, and now to see the opportunities beyond that for women's basketball.
Drexel's women's head coach, Amy Mallon, has lived the rise of the game she loves. A college standout, a professional player in the U.S. and overseas, and now leading Drexel's program, Mallon, in her early 50s, wondered if the day would ever come.
I don't know if you thought it would actually happen, but you always had the hope that you just continue to fight for certain things and have the opportunities. You just want equal opportunity.
But the day did come in the form of a women's college championship series starring Philly's own Dawn Staley and the phenom from Iowa, Caitlin Clark. The women's games became appointment viewing for women and men, drawing record viewership with its stars appearing in commercials during breaks in the action. Amy Mallon believes Staley's coaching style of sharing the ball and team above all else are part of the draw. She says young girls are watching.
Yeah, I think they think I can do that. You know, I can be that one day. You know, you talk about the Michael Jordan commercials, to be like Mike. I think those commercials are now have women in them who these little girls could say, hey, you know what, I want to be Caitlin Clark. I want to be Dawn Staley.
Jeff Cole, Fox 29 News.
Love seeing that. Well, owning a new car in 2024 means parts that are heavier and more sophisticated and more expensive if you need repairs. A new report from the Highway Loss Data Institute shows more powerful cars can lead to more serious crashes. Couple that with the rising cost of medical care, and you are seeing increasingly expensive car insurance claims, even with smarter software to prevent crashes. The latest Consumer Price Index report shows that auto insurance is up 22% in the last year. Maintenance is up 8%, and a lot of people are trading in cars coming in with negative equity. Some experts say that cash always helps, or searching for a big rebate and a low interest rate on a new car deal might be your best option. Of course, that's hard these days because interest rates are high. Now, inflation is still hitting Americans. That latest CPI report shows that inflation rose higher than expected, and gas prices were a big part of that. As the weather warms up and people start to plan their road trips, they are noticing gas prices are higher than usual. We see gas go up in the summer as companies switch to summer gas and refineries undergo maintenance. But inflation is hitting beyond typical season changes. And so we're all feeling the pain at the pump, right? But high prices actually led to an unbelievable gas heist that I had to share with you. This case happened in Tampa, but gas theft, we know, really happens all over. So you want to take a look at this. A Tampa man is accused of stealing diesel fuel and reselling it for profit. He was arrested after allegedly stealing thousands of dollars in diesel fuel from gas stations across several counties. Fox's Ariel Placencia maps it out.
This suspect believed that he was smarter than everyone.
From Brooksville to Dade City, Seffner to Lake Wales and Vero Beach.
This suspect tried to find the easiest way to make money.
Tampa resident Jose Bernal Monjas traveled far and wide, fueled by a desire to steal from gas stations.
The way he was operating is that he was getting fraudulent credit cards.
In February, investigators with Pilot Flying J gas stations reached out to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Surveillance video, they said, showed two pickup trucks pumping gas directly into their truck beds.
He kind of built, I will call, like a storage container.
Arrest documents show almost $1,300 in diesel fuel was pumped by one of the suspect vehicles using stolen credit cards at the Seffner Pilot.
Innocent people that unfortunately their credit cards were stolen by this person, and they said that they were not buying any diesel.
On March 6th, Pasco County detectives conducted surveillance of these two pickup trucks parked at Tampa homes. There were stops at two gas stations in Wildwood, then another in Brooksville, where detectives watched two men pump 300 gallons of diesel fuel.
He was stealing this diesel, and then he was selling this diesel to other people, lying and saying that he got it legally.
The Hillsborough Sheriff's Office put a GPS tracker on the truck Bernal Monjas was driving last month. Detectives watched him pump $940 of diesel into his truck bed at a Lake Wales gas station, and nearly $1,400 from a gas station in Vero Beach. 2 weeks ago, the 41-year-old was arrested in Tampa, and when deputies looked at his truck bed,
they saw that there was something leaking, so they just started investigating, and we saw what he was doing.
Ariel Placencia, Fox 13 News.
Something else to watch out for, right? Okay, if you have ever planned a wedding, you might think this is a pretty cool tool. A wedding planning website is launching a tool called The Split Decision, and it's run by AI. It'll allow couples to provide expectations for the wedding planning process, such as priorities, concerns, and style. Couples can also fill out a questionnaire in a who's more likely to style to find out who is more detail-oriented and creative. And one sample question is who's more inclined to spend hours researching to find the perfect wedding detail. Well, from there, the new AI-generated tool then divides the key wedding planning tasks between the couple. Something tells me one will go towards all details and the other will not. But it seems every week there is a new use for AI. And this week it is being used to fight shoplifting, as other tech is also working to make us a little bit safer on the roads. Fox's Mark Martinez takes us on a tour of the latest in tech commerce.
I'm Mark Martinez. Target is using technology to tackle shoplifters. The retailer has installed AI-powered cameras to make sure people don't shoplift at the self-checkout stations. The system uses cameras and sensors to detect items that are not scanned, and it can also catch repeat offenders. The scanners are expected to be in all stores by the end of the year. Apple has big plans to incorporate AI into its latest Mac computers. Bloomberg News says the company will update its M4 computer processors to have AI processing capabilities. Apple also plans to update every Mac model with it. The new and improved Macs are expected to be released later this year and next year. New safety features are now available for Uber riders. The company announced a new safety preferences section. It allows users to access all of its safety tools in one place. The features can be engaged as default settings for everyday rides or customized for particular rides. Audio recordings can also be enabled on trips. Mark Martinez, Fox 10 News.
And reaction is pouring in to Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton filing a lawsuit to stop the Uplift Harris program. The program was just about to start giving $500 a month to 1,900 low-income families in Harris County. These 1,900 recipients have been living below the poverty line and really struggling to make it with high inflation in the last couple of years. And some told us that they thought they were finally getting a break, but now they say that dream may be dashed. When we spoke with some of the chosen Uplift Harris recipients last week, they were already making plans for the $500 a month they were about to receive.
My medication got more expensive, everything, gas, so really it's going to help in all areas.
Housing, okay, and tools. I need tools to work with.
I want to work towards going to school and getting my own place.
2 weeks before the first checks were to arrive, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton filed suit to stop them, arguing this use of COVID relief funds violates the state constitution. State Senator Paul Bettencourt asked Paxton to weigh in.
It's preposterous. You can't do this with the public's money. You can't have a lottery giveaway by zip code of a benefit that has no governmental benefit with no strings attached, and you're violating the Texas gift clause by doing it.
Harris County Attorney Christian Menefee says he will fight the case in court.
There are many instances where governments provide benefits directly to people, and in many instances, direct cash assistance to people.
But Menefee says he expects it to go to the conservative-led Texas Supreme Court.
So let's just say that I am less than confident that the county is going to get a fair shake in the Texas Supreme Court.
Some advocates for low-income families say this is politics at the expense of the poor, who were already counting on the money to pay bills.
It just seemed like it was pure mean, right? I mean, one of the things that we've seen with programs like this is that they're very helpful in fighting child poverty. They're terrific for low-income families and sort of getting them up on their feet and going again.
And we'll keep you posted on what happens with the program. Now, with Mother's Day fast approaching, we had to share this one with you. Stanley strikes again, and this time they are focusing on mom. The company is showing off their latest offerings that will roll out for Mother's Day. The cups come in 3 colors with a floral design printed on them. They start at $30. They go up to $45 depending on the size and the style. And like the other color options, these cups are expected to sell out quickly. I don't know why people are obsessed with Stanley cups, but they are. And here's something else. Speaking of moms, you might like this. The band Smash Mouth is gearing up to release its first single since the passing of their lead singer, Steve Harwell, in September of last year. In celebrating 30 years of the band, Smash Mouth is releasing a new track, Ride On, that the band describes as having a feel-good vibe. The band describes it as a very Smash Mouth California style of rock disco custom song made just for summer. So we'll see. And since we've been talking travel, here's a horse that was looking to see the sights. Commuters were visibly surprised as an escaped racehorse joined them on a train station platform in Sydney, Australia. The Transportation Authority for New South Wales shared this CCTV video of this very unexpected traveler on social media. So let's just say the commuter was caught horsing around, and the post is getting thousands of likes. The horse was eventually taken away on a truck and returned to its owner and rainy weather. But I would have liked to have seen it hop on a train and see where it went. All right, thanks so much for joining us. That's our show. Hit me up on Insta, Facebook, and X. It's all Heather Sullivan, Fox 26. Let me know what's on your mind. And you'll find more ways to save every day on Sullivan's Smart Cents on fox26houston.com. And we'll see you next time right here on Dollars and Cents.